It's rolling. Okay. So, first question. First off, this is just state your name.
Cadet Brandon Slack, WPI Army ROTC.
Cool. All right. First question. Culturally, what differences do you expect to see between Vietnamese people and Americans?
I think the biggest thing is probably respect. Definitely respect. Humility tied in with that. I think as Americans, it's a task for a lot of us just to hold the door for someone. And though, that might not be the custom in Vietnam, I know that general idea of respect and, helping one another, it's a very communal society. I think that's much more prevalent over there. Cultural things. Tradition, respecting the heritage, specifically when it comes to one's ancestors and sort of, familial lineage. That's very different because as Americans, we just sort of grow up, hit 18, move out, and then, really lose a lot of contact with our parents, especially our grandparents. That's about it. Should I go a little longer, or are we good?
That should be good
All
for
right.
that question.
All right.
What do you feel you can learn or gain from this trip, or from the Vietnamese people?
Well, personally, I've never left the country before. So, just on a personal level, it'll be a great experience to, be exposed to a culture that's really much different than ours. It's not like you're going to Germany or Spain or France where we're all sort of descendants of the same, common ancestry. Southeast Asia is very different, from what I understand. And I think there's a lot of, truth to that, even without having been there. So what I think I could learn, definitely the language, because while I'm teaching English to them, I definitely think it's a mutual arrangement, I definitely expect to, at least pick up some conversational Vietnamese. Was the question things I might learn or things I might not learn?
Things you might learn or gain just from
so
the trip or from
completely positive.
Yeah.
Gaining definitely, especially being in the military, a broader cultural perspective. We may be at war with Afghanistan today, but you never know who you'll be at war with tomorrow. So it's always nice to have a worldly perspective, as you grow up, and just try to expand upon that. So, one of the things is I expect to learn how to teach English, which, you said today, we don't necessarily think about that, but we all learn English at some point, and it's a process that is sort of foreign to us because we were so young and not really aware of it happening. So I definitely think the process by which English is taught will be interesting to learn because it's something I've never really paid too much attention to. And then, like I said, I've never left the country, so I don't even really fully grasp what other cultures are like, what other foreign cities look like in comparison to Boston, where I'm from, or New York, which is right next door to me. So it'll be nice to see, physically, geographically, culturally, how all those cities just look like, how they run, how they operate, how the people interact with themselves and with the city. It'll be kind of cool to see just how the government works in the limited perspective, how the civil police work and whatever. So all those things sort of tie into my first, away from America experience, and just a ton of positives to gain. I don't know if you want me to go on. That's about all I got.
Just a quick follow-up to that came to mind. What do you think that the Vietnamese can gain from this trip?
Well, I think much like us, I know it's sort of the same in Russia where or at least both sides have a very skewed perspective of their culture and their people. And I don't know how much the Vietnamese know about American culture because, like Win said, they don't even really learn a whole lot about their own history, let alone the Vietnam War and, America's role in that. So I think they could just learn that, Americans, if they do have this perception that we're brash and arrogant like a lot of the world does, I'm not sure if they do. I definitely think we can refute that because we're all a good group of cadets. very respectful. We're all, an intelligent group. So I think they're going to see some really good, soldiers, cadets, whatever, that represent the U.S. military well, and in turn represent the U.S. government well. And I think we lend, some really good perspective on American culture and what American people are like. So hopefully that's the biggest thing that I gain. And of course, teaching them English. I'd like them all to be... I know we have this sort of thing where we're not English teachers, and Andrea doesn't expect us to, excel, which by all means is right. But I want these kids to learn as much as I possibly can teach them. We're all capable people, we're all intelligent, and I think we can really get these kids, or these, soldiers, young adults, older adults, speaking at a proficient level. At least able to converse, able to go about daily English activities. So that's probably the thing that I would like them to gain the most.
Okay. Thank you very much.